Welcome to the stream. I am on Aquilo this time, and I have tried to lay out some kind of bus. You can see here 4 different fluids going up, and there is ice and solid fuel, and I will do some other things as well. But first I need to fix my spaceship. You can also see the frame rate is rather low. I need to produce more railgun ammo, otherwise this ship might crash into asteroids at some point. And to be able to do that, I need more explosives. I already laid this out earlier. I guess this could be rather easy to build this and then integrate the new explosives wherever they need to go. This will be the output belt. I wonder whether there shouldn't actually be a third belt going somewhere, but I need to investigate that later. And now I just need water. I wonder what is not working anymore. Somehow something is not right. I guess there's not enough copper arriving up here. And there is no steam. Something is going wrong. There are too many asteroids on the belt, on the asteroid belt. I will pause the thrust for a moment just to be safe. And then I want to check the asteroid contents. I have too many Promethium asteroids, I guess. I'll just have this there. I'll make this a normal belt. And then I'll need to connect this and measure all the contents of the belt. And if there's more than 4,000 Promethium chunks, then I need to throw them off. Need to also connect these other inserters. But it's sort of stuck. I wonder if I can make it not stuck. There's some place where the asteroids go onto the other side of the belt. It is right here. They're coming in from the right and then only being put on one side. I think I should do a little balancing act. like that. Then they are on both sides. This will take a while to reach every place, but I think it should make the belt move again. But I guess that's also the reason why the explosives haven't been used up, because there was no copper, and I guess I'm also low on energy at the moment. Let's see. So I guess recently the steam turbines have gone down completely, and the fusion reactors or fusion generators had to jump in. But now the steam turbines are going back a little bit, but also have lower demand. Probably because the railguns don't need to fire that much. As you can see there, the railgun energy consumption has gone down. But I will have to turn on the thrusters again in a moment, or I want to. I wonder why I still have some speed. I guess it's just the remaining speed, because I can't just be slowed down to 0 that easily. It's weird anyway that you have resistance in space, apart from the asteroids. It's funny how they fly in all kinds of directions. Thank you for lurking and taking first, Connor. I shall hydrate. So right now it seems like the railgun ammo is going down very much, so I need to make more before I can do anything else. Before I can go anywhere. I guess also I have too much... Do I have too much sulfur? Maybe not. So this was sort of blocked for a moment. There should be some copper going somewhere. Ideally being smelted right there. It is not enough yet. But then some copper is being produced, some copper cables are made, some railgun ammo is made. I think everything might get started again in a few moments. But the ammo production might still be too low. At least the consumption has gone down as well. That might also just be because there's less on the belt to be used. I wonder if there's a deeper error in the system. At least my Promethium storage is completely full and none of the inputs can input anything anymore. This means I have a lot of Promethium science soon. I wonder why I collected so many asteroids at all. Shouldn't I be limiting the amount of asteroids I'm collecting? But also I should try to build the ice or oxide asteroid randomizing whatever it's called. So for some reason I have too many carbonic asteroid chunks. I might just throw some off. But I have to stop this at some point. This is just temporary. But now we see a lot of copper cables again. And the ammo is going up again. We can see here. The ammo production has gone down to 6.7k per minute. And the consumption is really low. So maybe I could start flying again soon. Might just turn this around. And I could turn it back if I want to get rid of these asteroids again. And now I want to continue with the explosive production. Not enough sulfur coming through. So that might be a problem. But there's also sulfur coming in from other sides. Maybe I should also just use that. I hope I still have enough of that. Sulfur is only needed for explosives and for making coal. And the coal is also only needed for explosives. I guess right now I might even have the oxide asteroid reprocessing here. I'll just start by doing the metallic one. And I need to set the correct thing here. And this should reduce the overall amount of asteroids on the belt. But also I see the problem that this inserter doesn't really insert most of the time. What I could do instead is just have a little bit of more platform over here. Not sure why it now resolved itself, but I might just have this belt anyway. Still too many metallic asteroid chunks. And now I have more oxide asteroid chunks again. But I guess overall that should be a good number. Might just start flying again. Thank you, autosave. We can see the thrusters are firing again. I think it might be almost too bad to have so many of those promethium chunks on that belt. There's sometimes not enough space for other things to be inserted. So maybe I will reduce the number to 3000. The number since when the promethium chunks will be thrown away. And then I might want to see if there's something to be reconfigured here. So 19 times 111 is probably this number, 2109. That is basically the number below which the promethium chunk will be catched or caught by these asteroid collectors. Otherwise these asteroid collectors do nothing at the moment because they don't have anything in their filters. So I guess that is good that I've solved this for now. So these asteroids, these explosives are coming in through here and then either going down into the first railgun ammo production or up to the other one. I want to check the production and consumption again. And it seems like my maximum consumption is higher than my maximum production. But that is fine, I have built in some systems to control for that. Basically, some of the railguns don't always shoot all the asteroids. This one only shoots all kinds of asteroids while it has more than 39,000 or while more than 39,000 railgun shells are on this belt. Might even increase the number even more. Not sure if I should or will. I also thought about turning off the thrusters completely if any of the railguns has less than 5 shells in it. But for now this might be fine enough. And I might even turn the speed back up a little bit by reducing this number. This is the timer for the pumps. Basically, how high will this number go? And then this determines how often the pumps will pump the fuel. Right now I have a very high fuel efficiency, 97%. You can see that in the bottom right. I hope you can read that with the interface size that I have chosen. I reduced the interface size so that I can see more of the interface, because sometimes things on the right sort of are going beyond the screen or beyond the window size. Wonder if there's any point at which these factories don't produce anything. Any downtime. The power should also still be fine again. There's also enough ice and water in the systems. The railguns are firing. There's a lot of debris from the asteroids. Umbreon is damaged a little bit. Oh, I guess there was a biter or a few biters that escaped. Umbreon is right now arriving at the Shattered Planet, or near the Shattered Planet regions. So there are a few. Oh no, what is happening? I guess just the last... No, I'm talking a bit of bullshit. Umbreon is at Norvis, but there are only a very few Promethium chunks coming in, because my retrieval is not very well designed here. You see, this ship is a little bit smaller than the one I had before, or that I just showed. And there's only a few Promethium chunks going out. I might have to reduce some numbers here. I guess I might already start flying when the number is below 20,000, for instance. So it will get a few more biter eggs, but then it will just fly away towards the Shattered Planet again to collect more of the Promethium chunks, because right now there are not many actually arriving. I guess that's why it's important to have a very high retrieval rate, or that is why you shouldn't measure when you fly away or when you fly back by the amount of Promethium chunks in the storage, if you can't actually use them fast enough. There's also some retrieval here, but these Promethium chunks don't really reach this place early enough. And if I built in another one, they would just not reach these ones. I wonder why the production of railgun ammo is going down now and then. There must be some kind of reason. might increase the speed of these machines. Or this machine in particular, to have more explosives. I wonder whether this will actually produce more explosives, or now the coal is missing. And this is missing sulfur. So I somehow need to also let sulfur go that way. I wonder whether that will make something else break. But at least now I have coal again, and therefore more explosives. Need to evaluate whether things are still working. I guess we can see here whenever the explosives are down, the railgun shell or railgun ammo production will also go down. Or is it the other way around? Seems a bit like it's the other way around. Maybe some other ingredients go down first because they are closer or more relevant. Like as we saw earlier, the copper smelting not happening. So my problem with this ship was that I went AFK and within an hour or two the ship was broken, and it was sort of because some of these railguns were out of ammo. So I had to do something about that. That's why I had this project just now. I guess now I might turn the speed up a little bit again. We'll set this to 15. So the speed will increase and the fuel and oxidizer consumption. And that of course depends on how often these pumps are pumping. I think there should be enough fuel in all these tanks everywhere. I'm basically using almost none of the fuel. Okay, I guess that should be it for this spaceship fix. I'm back on Aquilo. I will do a quick save, because there were some issues and it's good to hopefully not have these issues anymore, but if I see the spaceship crash in a minute, I want to be able to reload. So what I did here is have a little grid of roboports and also some kind of grid of heat pipes, which are fed or heated by these heating towers every now and then. And the distance is basically set by where I have put some underground belts full of rocket fuel. And down here I'm getting crude oil. And there is lithium brine. It's sort of hidden. I might just fly over there and place a radar. So I can see what I'm doing down here. Not sure if I showed this little in terms of not really fusion reactor. From the map here it looks a bit like JWST, some kind of telescope with a lot of hexagonal mirrors and the heat shield below. But it's basically because I didn't really bother to build more of this. You can see some parts of this are just not properly connected and turned on. This is basically also just a proof of concept. And also some of these fusion reactors don't get their fuel automatically. Some do, I guess 4 of them get fueled automatically. But it would be problematic to have a heating tower in here to heat all these inserters and still fit all the inserters in here that feed these 2 reactors. Thank you for following. Hi, Sogno. Or Sogno. So yeah, I guess on Aquilo I'm quite safe in terms of energy. This is how low my production needs to be right now. So I could do 9.8 gigawatts. And I need around 500 megawatts at the moment. This might increase if I do more activities. I guess I'm not always doing everything. You are frustrated with libs? You mean liberals? I'm doing okay today. Is SOC now a reference to socialism now, by any chance? Can you explain what contracted means in that regard? I'm not quite sure what it might mean. I guess I will build some chemical plants there soon to wreck the heavy oil, the light oil, and the... no, not the petroleum, that is already cracked. But also to then make solid fuel out of the petroleum. I have to think what I want to do with this bus or what I need to do next. So I'm already producing ice platforms here. Quite a bunch. Okay, yes, linguistics, yes. I thought it might have to do with contracts, signing contracts or something, but yeah. Basically, might also be something like an abbreviation. I wonder in this case if it is called soc now or soc now, because you would have the socialism syllable at the beginning. Okay, soc, yeah. Yeah, I would also be happy if we had socialism now. And proper infrastructure everywhere. Rather than capitalism not really caring about what humans need. See also right now the problem that I have not enough ammonia, or the ammonia is reducing for some reason. Or I guess it's flowing away, parts of it. But it shouldn't be less than 15,000 in this case. So it might not be produced enough. Do you want to share whether you are from the US or something like that? I guess there might have been an election recently where the sort of liberal candidate didn't win. And sadly a fascist won. Not sure if I really need productivity modules in there. I was wondering whether you are from the US or other countries where liberals might be winning elections and not letting socialists get anything. Or I guess, yeah, I was referring to the US where a fascist won, potentially because people don't really like liberals in that sense. Puerto Rico, okay. I guess there might even be issues with not being able to vote. I'm not entirely sure how that worked, or I guess it's not a recognized US state. At least that is my most recent knowledge. New York, yeah. I guess that was Trump's constituency or something like that at some point. I remember something about Trump in New York. Maybe that is wrong. I don't know. Texas and Florida. Okay, yeah. I know that he is in Florida right now, certainly. I didn't know whether at any point he might have been in New York. Maybe it's just some hotels that he has there. Obviously right now he is in the Oval Office in the White House. I wonder how you found me on Twitch. Did you look for tags like leftist or something? Or abolish capitalism? I guess abolish capitalism might not be a commonly used tag. I have quite a lot of legendary refined concrete. I guess that would be used in cryogenic plants or something. Yeah, that might be the only thing that is only produced on Aquilo that needs refined concrete. But I should still have enough concrete going around. I think the bots are just a bit slow to build things. Maybe I should actually go there and build things myself. I totally forgot that I'm actually here. Don't need to do remote stuff. So I will take some heavy oil. I also turned on this debug lines thing to see where my personal construction robots are. I think I should always have some concrete on me, so if I ever need to, I can easily make the robots build things. So now we have heavy oil there, I just need the water as well. I think I might use the same water that is also going here. Basically split this off. Want to see how my spaceship is doing. Still fine. And now this is cracking the light oil. I might just directly connect this light oil with that light oil. And then I would only ever crack whatever I need to crack to get petroleum. So I will have this same thing again, just with cracking light oil to petroleum. Need to check where this can be built. Okay, this needs to be a bit higher, because I want to be able to have beacons in between. Something like there. And then just need to connect this properly. And make sure this is the correct recipe. So the light oil just needs to go in here. I could also theoretically produce rocket fuel in a different way with light oil and solid fuel. I need to check what recipes there are for rocket fuel. So there's ammonia rocket fuel made from solid fuel, water and ammonia. But what if I don't want to use up any ammonia or water directly? What if I want to use light oil? I could just take this recipe. I probably can't use the rocket fuel from jelly recipe. I would have to import jelly nuts and also the other Yumako plant to make bioflux and also to make nutrients. And I guess I would first have to kickstart this from spoilage. But this isn't worth doing because I have all the ingredients I need on this planet. Would be weird to import stuff that I don't really need. So I need to connect the water as well, and the light oil needs to go there, there, there. Just need to make the heat pipes go around. So I'm wasting a little bit of space here with making this all properly extendable to the left. I don't want to basically end up somewhere where I can't expand it. I might be going over these fluorine vents, but I should be able to avoid having to build over each and every one of these. Now I only need to connect the petroleum gas from below and above. I guess this will be sort of a very weird kind of bus situation. Although I might just have the petroleum go properly outside of this hell of pipes. Maybe I can use the petroleum in other ways. I'm not sure if I want to. So I have some ice on me that I could just throw in here and up there. I guess I collected that ice when destroying some icebergs. I am now thinking about trying to get legendary ice out of this. There are quite a bunch of module slots that I could use. And basically, as you can see in the stream title, I want to create legendary science packs. So my first step would be to make legendary ice. And the cryogenic science pack basically needs ice and lithium in legendary form, and the fluid doesn't really matter. Fluids don't have a quality. It's nice that this just worked. Didn't think it would just work. So I will have some beacons in the middle here eventually. I think at the moment I don't really need them. Hope the music is quiet enough to understand my voice. At least in the audio mixer it looks like that. So there will be petroleum. So using petroleum to make solid fuel only works in a chemical plant. So I guess I will just use that. And I will do it just above these things. Although not right here, but instead up there. But I already wanted to basically sign the locations where I will have beacons eventually. This needs to be changed to solid fuel from petroleum gas. And I'm basically doing this to get rid of water. So this should only ever be done if I have too much water, which is controlled right here. If it's over 20,000. And I guess getting the solid fuel out of there will also have to be controlled somehow. Because I think I use a lot of ammonia to produce the other solid fuel. Okay, there needs to be space for heat pipes. Might just use the smaller power poles. They also have quite a large reach. I guess the original substations had 14 by 14, or was it 18 by 18? Might just look that up. Okay, it is 18 by 18. Might have always been that way. I don't think it changed recently. So I want to check what the other solid fuel production is like. So this basically uses up ammonia. And I want to control whether I'm using up ammonia. So basically this should only ever, or I guess this should be done all the time. But I will control whether this is flowing out, and this is only flowing out if I have too much ammonia. Can that be right? Yeah, I guess if I have too much ammonia, I would rather use the other one, and then I don't let this out. But also I need to use up water to get this. So there's a balance I need to strike. Haven't quite figured out yet everything I need to be aware of. And since I want to use beacons in this design, might have to compromise a little bit in terms of how many beacons I can use and where I place inserters and belts. Let's look at the spaceship. Still surviving with 39,000 railgun ammo. I always wonder if there's any indication that something might go wrong in the near future. Something that I could see and prevent. Would of course be nice to see how many fuel cells I have left. 295 and 1761 fusion power cells. They are a bit further down there. I have loaded quite a lot because at one point I had to fly back, had to reload an earlier save because I was running out of power. because I didn't have enough fusion power cells for a long trip. So now I sort of want to balance them. I hope this is heatable. Might be debatable whether it's heatable. I guess it's fine. And then the other side as well. And then merging them together. So now I need to really think about when I want to let this come in. I guess I could also check how I have built this before. I have built this very chaotic base. I guess this is version 2, and what I'm building now is version 3. We have solid fuel being produced here in one machine with ammonia. I guess if I have enough ammonia, I just let the ammonia flow through there. Over 15,000. I might just do it the same way in the other location. And basically have the solid fuel be... or the solid fuel from petroleum be default. Because this will only ever be produced if I have enough water anyway. So I sort of need to make sure this only ever gets used under certain circumstances. So this should be connected. And then checking if I have enough ammonia. Let's say it's over 14,000. And only then will it produce the solid fuel like this. I might make this solid fuel go down again. I think I will have something like a bus where on both sides I will have things being produced. So it needs to somehow merge with this. This will look a bit weird. I hope this will work. I guess it would be quite difficult to build proper 4-to-4 balancers with the restrictions of Aquilo. But I don't really want to build a proper balancer, just a simple one where I have a little... Well, maybe that's already a proper one. I have to check the blueprint I think it would do more turns in the proper 4-to-4 balancer. Can't really see it easily. Okay, if I press shift you can see it a bit better. But in this design you go inside with the outside belts and then outside again. Basically to also merge them. Or to also balance them. But I will not do that in this design. This looks really weird, this end. I guess it's because I turned them around. So it's a good sign if it's broken, then I can just fix it by turning it around. For now I might just take one of these belts, go all the way over. This would be the right side, so it should also be the right side of the other belt. It's sad to see these robots struggle that much. Also, one thing I did in the meantime was getting portable fusion reactors. That was the last technology that I want to use and that I never used so far in Space Age. Of course I used portable fusion reactors in Factorio 1.1, but they were not so powerful. Wait, this needs to be... Okay, maybe that's actually fine. But I could also make this be one further down. I wish there was a little hotkey to also automatically remove the tiles below something with the deconstruction planner. So that's a bit sad. I guess I will use a few more normal belts. It's okay to go backwards sometimes if progress is being made in other ways. So this will enter there. I might just as well use a splitter there again, because a lot of way has been passed, a lot of meters. So there will be another underground belt coming in at some point. And now I have the solid fuel. This is obviously also needed for the fluoroketones. Right there. So there I need lithium, which I need to make with holmium plates. So I guess this would be the point where I have a belt from the cargo landing pad coming in. I guess there's enough water. I might just try to speed up the use of that water to make all kinds of oil products. For now, just with one beacon on each side. I guess I could have compressed that a little bit and just have direct input, but also I have some petroleum that is produced by the refineries themselves, and that needs to also somehow go into a chemical plant that produces the solid fuel. I guess I might just build a few more beacons here now, since I seem to have enough petroleum. And now this is quite fast. Faster than my other petroleum to solid fuel conversion. I guess there's only one beacon that hits this, and there are normal stack inserters doing the output. So my new factory is definitely an upgrade on what I had before. And you can see here, I don't know if I ever showed this. This basically is a copyable heating tower setup, and it's the circuitry reads the fuel and temperature. If the temperature falls below 750 degrees, the inserter will swing. I wonder whether that will happen in a moment. The temperature fall is slower, but there you saw a inserter swing, and then the fuel gets used and the heat goes up. Basically, conditions are if temperature below 750 and fuel lower than 1, then output signal, and the inserter is controlled by the output signal, and override stack size is activated to only use one fuel each time. One rocket fuel in this case. I also thought about at some point maybe conditionally using either solid fuel or rocket fuel depending on what I want to get rid of first. But rocket fuel, of course, is does have more fuel values, so it wouldn't be used up so quickly. That is 100 megajoules compared to 12 megajoules, so I guess an 8 times increase in fuel density. Wonder how the water is doing. It's still full. All of these tanks, well, except for the heavy oil, seem to be full. None of this is working anymore because the solid fuel belt is full and all of these tanks are full, as I mentioned. I guess now I should work on something else. I guess I will work on the quality ice whenever I have lithium production set up, which I might do next, or I might do the fluoroketones. I basically want to replicate everything in this little factory, everything that I'm doing in this chaotic factory. And eventually the goal is quality science packs. And that will also increase the density of science pack on the space platforms that deliver them. I just need to set the requests from the spaceships differently, so they also pick up the legendary science, and then might have to change some things on Novus. At my lab setup, where I'm requesting the cryogenic science pack in the normal version so far. And eventually I will convert everything to legendary, and that will be, I guess, quite nice. I'm only starting with legendary science for cryogenic science packs because I'm on Aquilo right now and I wanted to rebuild this factory anyway. So I guess it's good to do it in a good way. Guess I might fit some more beacons in here. So this could go faster if it needs to. I'm just a tiny bit confused. So there's lithium, which needs something external. And there is fluoroketone. Wait. Okay, yeah, I need to choose one of these recipes because apparently it doesn't show a recipe right there and then when I click on that. Or maybe it's because there is a recipe. I don't know if I would have seen that in the... Let's just look. I see a recipe here. Okay, that's good. So I need lithium anyway for that, and then I need also fluorine. So I should work on lithium production first. So I will bring in the holmium. Let's see where I find that. I guess I have some holmium plates right there. I might just steal them directly from there. They are coming out of the cargo landing pad right there. It's just 1/2 belt of stacked holmium plates. I'll see how many I will have to use eventually. So maybe I need to import more, I'm not sure yet. Also, I have some rockets specifically for cryogenic science, and I also have some rockets that are supplied randomly by robots. They all have automatic requests from space platforms. And then I have some new rocket silos over here that only take these quantum processors. They are coming in via belt. I guess that reduces the bot activity, since they are really struggling on this planet. I might also want to get some belt for rocket fuel through here, then I don't really need these requester chests anymore. Need to check where I have rocket fuel production. Not sure if I want to do it now. Here. Might just take it from here. Might go around, or I might go through the cryogenic science production. I guess this is fine. So this needs to turn a little bit. And then I will have to use blue belts, since the other ingredients are already coming in on a green belt. Might have to actually remove these chests then. Luckily there are already enough heat pipes everywhere. This doesn't quite work, so I will have to think about something here. Might have to switcheroo these belts a little bit. Might just take them apart myself instead of using blueprints. Okay, now I should actually try to get the rocket fuel through there. I actually only need one inserter for the rocket fuel and one stack inserter rather than a bulk inserter. Okay, now that is fixed. Might just take all of these requester chests away. I guess eventually it would be nice to do that in a blueprintable way and not just randomly have these belts everywhere. Belts and heat pipes. It is difficult to fit beacons into this design, but I had some on the other side. Have to always do this little thing, and I couldn't have a full row of beacons. I guess eventually I could also have beacons between the rocket silos, but I guess I wanted them to be a bit more compact. They have speed plus 564%. I guess they don't really ever need that much speed. And consumption still only 46% more than normal. Just want to get rid of some stuff. Okay, I still didn't get the Homium belt over here. That is what I actually went over there for. So I will just grab this from here. I guess once I produce rocket fuel in the base below, I can also do all the fueling for the base below with that rocket fuel. Otherwise, right now, it is using the rocket fuel from the initial base. Or I guess it has multiple potential factories. This was my original rocket fuel factory, and this is the second iteration. And it's now working quite hard to fill this belt with the rocket fuel for these rockets. I guess I do still have some rocket fuel in the logistic network. Not too much, but still some. It's kind of hard to generally conceptualize a Aquilo factory because of all the extra heat pipe spaghetti you need to build. So I still need to figure out where to feed in the holmium plates. One idea might be to just do it right here, or to have the lithium production right here. And then I need to think about whether I want to use normal lithium anywhere. I guess there are some locations where that is necessary. So I might have quality modules in cryogenic plants and then just take the normal stuff somewhere, and the high quality stuff will be upcycled into legendary lithium. And then I need to think about whether I want to have lithium, I mean quality modules in the lithium smelting, because that can only get 2 modules per furnace. Maybe I want to go for productivity instead there. Maybe already have lithium ore in legendary quality. I might also try a mixed thing and use 4 productivity modules and 4 quality modules. I'm not sure yet. Might also try to experiment. Not sure what would give the most good output. And I guess I could use quality modules in recyclers to get the same thing out again. So that might help. Quality grinding on Aquilo with belts is kind of hard. I only do it so far with requester chests, and that will leave a lot of stuff in storage chests eventually. Don't have that many storage chests here on Aquilo, but I might try to add some more just to be sure. Might not even have many storage chests available. I don't think I'm requesting them at the moment, so I might try to do that. I hope I have them in some spaceship. Don't really use the green chests much, but I guess I'll also not request them right now. Anyway, I was working on thinking about where to get the holmium plates in, maybe right here. They might be part of the bus eventually, but I will get them in elsewhere. I don't think I can go along this line or something. I think that would be a bit weird. I'll just get down this way. want to also check my rocket fuel consumption levels. Solid fuel is consumed quite a lot, but it has gone down recently. Not sure why it is consumed so much or produced so much. Probably just for rocket fuel. Might already work on the cryogenic plants. I will leave myself some space because I'm not really sure where this needs to go. And if I use quality in there, I will not use many beacons around them. So I guess I can think of a build that is not beaconed. Might also have another build near that that is that uses beacons and speed. But I guess I might go for a mass or a mass of cryogenic plants rather than only a few high-speed cryogenic plants. Lithium. So every module could go in there, but I will probably go for quality and maybe need to check. So this has quality plus 49.6%, so almost every other product will be higher quality. I might go for 50% of the modules being productivity. This will add an extra product. I'm not sure how that will influence the calculations. I guess with the productivity, let me see. Yeah, each productivity module takes away a bit of speed. It goes to minus 80%. Quality modules only take 5% speed away. And I guess each beacon would reduce the speed, the quality. I'll just try this out a little bit. Maybe it's not effective at the moment because it is cold. Might also turn this around. Okay, yeah, the quality is halved, sort of. And I want the best quality only. So I guess this is what I need to perfect eventually. And then I need to build some kind of blueprint that allows me to have many different outputs. Because this will only produce half a lithium per second at the current rate. Want to try out what it would be otherwise. This would be 7.5 lithium per second or 0.75. Isn't that better? I guess it depends. I mean, it uses less of the ingredients, so since I don't have or since I need to import holmium plates, it would be nice if I don't waste them all. So one idea might be to have these holmium plates come in from there. I don't need beacons anyway, so I can build it in a way that allows the heat pipes to be less weird. Might also have the holmium plates come in sort of through the middle, and then there will be lithium brine. Still need to think about that. And I guess I will take a little break now.